first time I heard about the diagnosis was after he'd sort of been taken to hospital because he wasn't feeling well. We'd had a few weeks there where he wasn't feeling well and we were unsure what was going on. I was inviting him to the gym with me, work out, and, always saying he wasn't feeling great and couldn't make it. I'm pretty sure at the time I was staying at my girlfriend's house, and he told us he was heading to the hospital to get some tests done. And we sort of went down there, took in some clothes, did all that sort of stuff. We spent a fair bit of time with him in the hospital. Found out that there was some issues there that doctors weren't quite sure about, so he had to get sent down to Brisbane. And then that's when we found out. That one hit me really hard, and that's where the next chapter starts. How did it affect our relationship? I feel like it brought us closer together. The bond grew a little bit. Obviously, you and I were living together. And when everything sort of happened, he had the car accident. That was a really worrying time for all of us. That sort of boosted our bond a little bit there. And then once the diagnosis sort of happened, that was, it hit me hard. I can't say I've ever been in that situation before then or since, to have someone that I was that close with have that diagnosis, and it crushed me. Which I guess is why it took me so long to make my first visit down. It was hard. The FaceTimes, the phone calls, the messages, that was, I guess at the time, the best I was able to offer, because mentally I wasn't coping. And the last thing I wanted at the time was to be there, as selfish as that sounds. But the first moment I went down there and we saw each other the first time, I knew that I should have done it months earlier. But after that, it was, I feel like that was when our friendship really grew strong. In the start, I feel like you were not willing to accept. It was more like, look, this is happening, but it's not. Like they've said it's happening, but it's not. And then once you sort of come to terms with it, I think that's when that was the strongest I've ever seen you. I've seen you play basketball, I've seen you in tough games, I've seen you in difficult situations on basketball court. That's led you to lead a team of 12 players, and you've done it with ease. And then seeing the way that you handle going through everything, from chemo and all the treatments and everything like that, to getting, feeling sick throughout, colds and flus and all that sort of stuff. The strength I saw in you was just phenomenal. I don't really think too deep into it, but then, when you find out someone who's 18 years of age has just been diagnosed with cancer, it's eye-opening. Then you start to research a little bit, you start to think about it, and I tried my best to learn as much as I possibly could about it so that I could best know how to be there for you, in the sense of how I can try and make things better for you going forward, how I can help once you've done with chemo and that sort of thing in between. Beforehand, your life goal was basketball. You were adamant that that's all you were going to do in life, was you were going to play professional basketball, and to be honest, I feel like you were on your way. You were well and truly on your way. But you didn't really have any desires outside of that. You were pretty happy to work as hard as you could to be the best basketball player you possibly could be. And through all of this, knowing now that that dream may not be possible to play, you're now taking the avenue of coaching. You're now a fully qualified personal trainer. You own your own business. You're doing everything that I didn't think you were ever willing to do for yourself. And you've grown so much as a person, and I think you matured at a younger age because of everything that you've gone through. And that is what I wish for you, is that you succeed in every endeavour that you take. We started out as friends, and we worked our way up as brothers, and I just want you to know that everything that you've gone through, I'm so proud of you. And everything that you have done since, I am so proud of you.
too, Bella.
Well, I was unwell for about 2.5 weeks. Went for a coffee meetup with my mum. She was like, you need to go get a blood test, go see a doctor. Went, got the blood test done, got home, and pretty much by that midnight, I woke up to about 5 missed calls from this unknown number. 5 missed calls from my parents. I'm just like, what's going on? They're like, we need to take you to the hospital ASAP. And midnight, got to the hospital. They're like, oh, we think that you have cancer, but we're not sure. And then by Tuesday morning, they're like, you have leukemia, we're getting you on a plane. And from then, I pretty much got taken straight down to Brisbane. When I first found out, I was completely in denial. I was like, this isn't happening to me. But when I sort of came to realization that it wasn't just going to be over just like that, I literally broke down in tears talking to my mum, talking to people close to me, and I struggled for a while. I was like, I don't know why this is happening to me. When I got after 6 to 8 months of treatment, I literally was telling them to stop giving me treatment. I was over it. I was done with it all. And when after that sort of period, after talking to the doctors and whatnot, I felt like I'd changed my outlook on everything with it. So I just started to think positive about it. That it's happening to me for a reason. So after that point, I felt like I handled it much better. I felt like this whole experience really made me pretty much value every day and take each day as it comes, because I didn't value really anything. I didn't really have much value. I literally just wanted to play basketball 24/7 and drink. That was my only thing at 18, but now I feel like I have a beautiful partner. I live in a nice house, and just I'm proud of how far I've come, and I definitely am, I want to be a voice for people that that are going through sort of similar stuff and just are struggling, because I know I struggled, but yeah, I feel like I've just matured. That's my main takeaway from everything. I've just matured. Everything from my treatment, it has caused me to pretty much not be able to do quite anything. So progressively through after being home after the treatment, I have gotten diagnosed with avascular necrosis, which it's hard to sort of explain in short terms, but it's pretty much just lack of blood flow to my joints. So I'm on the wait list to get hip replacement on my left hip. Highly possible it's going to happen on my right hip. I'm unable to straighten my elbows. I can barely run, walk. I can barely do any upper body exercises. I can't really move without any pain whatsoever in my body. Fatigue is a huge thing that's been affected me since day dot. I go out if I can walk, go out for a half an hour walk, get home, and I feel like I can't do anything for the rest of the day. So it's affected me in a lot of ways, but again, I'm glad that I'm still alive, but yeah, the repercussions have sucked. So I just hope to be happy. I spent so much of my teenage years being really unhappy, and it internally just really affected me. So I just want to be happy. I want my business to be successful. I want to hopefully one day marry my partner, and I just want everybody around me to be happy, and I want to be known for being a happy, nice guy. I don't want to be known as grumpy ass or anything like that. I just want to be known as just a really nice guy that's helped out everybody. I had a couple partners going through the treatment before I met you, and none of them have supported me the way you have. I literally in no words can describe how much you've helped me and supported me through this whole journey. I felt very lost and alone, and you've made me feel like I have a purpose, and yeah, just want to say thank you.
So it was before we'd actually even met face to face. I think it was when I was working at the gym, and our assistant manager was a really good friend of yours and still is, CJ, that you spoke to today. And he said that a close friend of his had been diagnosed with leukemia, and that he was travelling down to see you. Then I believe he also organised a fundraiser at our gym, so I'd sort of known of you sort of before we properly met. And it's been I suppose, over a year and a bit now that we've been dating, and I sort of knew obviously of you from beforehand, and then it's been obviously as I've gotten to know you more, you've always been really open with what you went through and everything like that. I definitely think that you had to grow up a lot quicker than most other people, most other guys who are 18, and I think it's definitely matured you, and I think that you definitely appreciate life a lot more now, and you've sort of got a great passion for the things that you do, and care for the things that are important to you as well. And I also hope that you continue to grow your business as well. And I suppose on a more personal note, that we continue to grow in our relationship now with our dog as well, and that that it just keeps being a positive journey from what wasn't a very positive experience. Just that we keep having a happy life together, and that we get to grow old and sit on a front porch somewhere and just appreciate the time that we spend together, and probably travel as well.
We got the phone call in the middle of the night saying that we could not reach you, and that we needed to contact you and get you to the hospital straight away. So once we got hold of you, we got to the hospital. As it went into Tuesday the 22nd, we were then told, looks like he's got leukemia. We were in total denial. We did not think that how could this be happening? We asked, can you, we wanted a second opinion. Can we, this can't be happening. But yeah, by Tuesday lunchtime, you were getting on a plane and being flown to Brisbane. Our relationship, we became closer. We always had it. I felt that we always had a close relationship. You were always able to come and talk to me. But over the 10 months we spent in Brisbane, I believe that we got much closer. I remember you being incredibly positive through your treatment. You had down days, you had scary days, we had days where you did want to give up, but you turned that around every time and were just so positive that you were an inspiration. It changed my perspective to think that you have to live life. You have to embrace the moment, because you don't know what's around the corner. I think the journey changed you. It matured you. I saw you grow and handle things that most people would throw in the towel or not be able to handle. But I believe that it enhanced your positive nature, and I saw you, grow from a young 18-year-old wild child to a stable, very grounded, very positive young man that I am very proud of. And I'm just so proud that you're here and that I get to be a part of it, and I just watch you grow and make your dreams come true, which you are doing, and I just hope that you can continue to do that.